Planet Earth is a speck of dust, remote and alone in the void. There are powers in the universe inscrutable and profound. Fear cannot save us. Rage cannot help us. We must see the stranger in a new light, the light of understanding. And to achieve this, we must begin to understand ourselves. Where are we going? Life, the timeless, mysterious gift, is still evolving. What wonders or terrors does evolution hold in store for us in the next 10,000 years? In a million? In 6 million? The conservation of energy law, a principle which states that energy can be changed in form, but that it cannot be either created or destroyed. And this is true of all energy. The energy of genius, of madness, of the heart, of the atom. And so it must be lived with. It must be controlled, channeled for good, held isolated from evil, and somehow lived with peaceably. It is said that if you move a single petal on the beach, you set up a different pattern, and everything in the world is changed. It can also be said that love can change the future. If it is deep enough, true enough, and selfless enough, it can prevent a war, prohibit a plague, keep the whole world whole. In dreams, some of us walk the stars. In dreams, some of us ride the whelming brine of space, where every port is a shining one, and none are beyond our reach. Some of us, in dreams, cannot reach beyond the walls of our own little sleep.
I know.
Correction, THX.
What's wrong? Take 4 red capsules. In 10 minutes, take 2 more. Help is on the way.
Alrighty, should we zoom this up a little here? Here, I'll just zoom it. Doesn't it zoom like a...
What have you been checked out on over at 387?
Well, 387, our system was never completed. We've used
So
that,
you haven't
but...
had any experience with the Mark 8 board at all? Never saw
No,
one?
but with Mark 7, you had the same. You could just open them up as the... Open all 4 up.
Yeah, you ought to be careful about these.
You got any polarity here on the mobile travel? Look, I just punched up 1, and I'm opening...
Imagine that has something to do with the results that 378 was getting. That's it. Okay, now watch that reading, and as it... Watch the needle on 5 now. Watch
This knob is loose. Wait a minute, which is the switch to get it out? Master. Okay, there we go. What is the real deal?
Oh, you find yourself with... Don't let it get above 4.8.
Look at this. Button on set. What if you put a dual display in it and punch 2 up?
Yes, you can see 2 at once. When you see 3, punch a 3rd and you'll see the numbers be. So it's best to about 2. And really, to get it accurately.
I don't see any dysmenorrhea at all.
No, you haven't. let it get above 4.7.
Here, I'll bring it back down a little bit. Yeah, I seem to be overloading.
Well, you should put, instead of...
There it is, about 4.6 now.
Yes, the dissolution occurred at 4.5.
Oh, yeah?
You must be mad. Don't you see this city?
I see the ruins of the city, dead over 1,000 years.
1,000 years? I live here.
Your city's dead.
It's alive. Can't you see the carnival lights, the boats, the women? Can't you see them?
No,
You don't see the city and the ocean beyond?
there hasn't been an ocean there for over 40 centuries.
This can mean only one thing. It has to do with time. You're a figment of the past.
You are from the past.
What year is it?
2007.
That means nothing to me. To me, it is the year 4462853 SEC. And you are long dead.
But I can feel my heartbeat. Feel? No, never mind. I can feel my own flesh.
And so do I.
And I was hoping, finally,
Finally, what?
that I could speak to a Martian. Ask him
Well,
questions.
here I am. Speak to me. Ask. I'll tell you anything you want to know about my world.
Your world is dead.
It's your world that is dead.
Perhaps. Perhaps you're right.
How can you prove you're from the future? How do you know these ruins that you see were not the ruins of your own civilization 100 centuries from now? You cannot know.
You're right. I cannot.
What does it matter anyway? Of what importance is it who is past and who is future? What follows will follow, now or in 10,000 years. All that matters is, you see your world, and I see mine. Is that not enough? No matter what we each believe?
From the breaking down plants, the raw materials go to the building up plants. Inside giant kettles, the atoms will lurch and reel and stagger until they form new molecules that nature never thought of. Each molecule is made up of atoms of various kinds. By studying nature's molecules, science has learned to manipulate their atoms into new patterns, thus creating new molecules and new substances that nature itself has never produced.
As well as stars, in stellar space there is gas and dust, sometimes glowing in starlight, sometimes dark, obscuring what is behind it. Stars, gas, dust, all moving in apparent chaos. Until a generation ago it seemed indecipherable. The only suggestion of form was their grouping in the band we know as the Milky Way.
It's idyllic, acrylic, allylic, this plastic world, Polyesters, polystyrene, polypropylethylene, light, bright, breezy, and very hard to break.
The ground beneath our feet is the surface of a planet whirling at thousands of miles an hour around a distant sun. Our life is possible only because of the light and warmth of that sun, a star. Yet the sun which shines on us is only one out of billions of such stars in the universe. Out of the study of hundreds of thousands of observations, astronomers have pieced together an accurate picture of the universe. Beyond the appearance of starshine and moonbeam, what will the first men to leave the Earth find? Enough is now known that we can, in imagination, journey into these spaces. $250,000 miles away, the moon. This is the moon that men have worshipped as a goddess, that countless lovers have sighed over and sworn by. It will take immense courage to journey to this place, for on this pitted and caulked wall of pumice and stone, there is no atmosphere, no air to breathe, no sound to hear. If we looked outward from Mercury, we would see the second closest planet, Venus, shining brighter than the much more distant stars. Venus, in orbit 31 million miles further out from the sun, is a mystery, for its face is veiled by dust storms, or perhaps dense cloud. Looking outward from Venus, the most brilliant and beautiful object in the sky would be a planet in orbit 25 million miles still further out, Earth. Beyond Earth, shining redly in the night, Mars. Colder than Earth and smaller, this is the planet men have looked on and wondered whether they are alone in the heavens. It is reasonably certain that the markings on its surface, bluish green in the Martian summer, turning rusty brown in the autumn, indicate vegetation. Here, however, the atmosphere has almost no oxygen, and no creatures like men could live here, 140 million miles from the sun. $500 million miles out from the sun, the giant planet Jupiter, ruling 12 moons. Jupiter, seen here from one of its moons, is larger than all the other planets put together. Its atmosphere is 1,000 miles deep, a poisonous mixture of methane gas, ammonia, and hydrogen, which at the bottom must have the density of water. Here, under the enormous pressure of the atmosphere, a human being would be crushed beyond recognition. These are the rings of Saturn, bands 10,000 miles wide, composed of almost an infinity of meteoric particles of gravel and ice circling the sixth planet. Saturn, with its 9 moons, is so far from the Sun that it takes 30 Earth years to circle it. And here the temperature never rises above 240 degrees below zero. And if we were to plunge still further out, hundreds of millions of miles, past the planet Uranus, beyond Neptune, we would finally come to the last of the known planets, to the dwarf Pluto, named for the god of the underworld. Its surface moves in perpetual darkness and unimaginable cold, for the Sun is 4 billion miles away, only a starry speck in the sky. Too near or too far from this furnace, instant death for men. Between 91 and 93 million miles from this star, filtered through a blanket of atmosphere, its energies sustain human life. Almost nothing of a star can be known directly. It is a photograph that is studied. Not a portrait of a star, but a photograph of its light, split into a spectrum in which each band has its meaning. The presence in that distant star of elements like iron, calcium, carbon. From a spectroscopic photograph, astronomers can tell whether a star is moving towards us or away, by exposing on the same plate the spectrum of the star and the spectrum of an iron arc, and measuring the displacement between the two. If we looked more deeply into space, leaving behind us the Earth and the whole of our solar system, and traveled at the speed of light, it would take 4 years before we came to even the closest of the billions of suns scattered through stellar space. Although the stars are suns, many of them are unlike our sun. Some, like Beta in the constellation Lyra, instead of planets, have a second sun swinging around them. There are multiple suns like Castor in the constellation Gemini. There are giant suns 5,000 times as large as ours, and dwarfs in which 1 cubic inch of matter weighs 40 tons. Suns rotating so rapidly that pinwheels of gas are thrown off, weighing more than our whole system of planets. If we could move with the freedom of a god, so that 1,000,000 years pass in a second, and if we went far enough, past the nearest suns, beyond the star clouds and nebulae, in time they would end, and as if moving out from behind a curtain, we would come to an endless sea of night.